nobody wanted to go. It was something to watch. I mean, his throttle control and the way he holds that wheel and that modified, there's a reason why he swept the weekend.
Well, you got to think about this, too, is if the car in front of you is using that line,
how are you going to pass him?
Exactly.
He's the leader. It didn't matter where he went. He was the leader. But he went to the one line that everybody was on the top or the bottom. There was nobody running through that slick stuff in the middle in the feature.
Split them right down the middle.
Except the 13 car. And he, I mean, that right there is what I would say was driving school. I mean, that was all, I won't say all, it was 90% driver that won that race. When you're on a track, and that track was pretty slick where he was at, in the middle groove, your setup has to be good. But it takes a driver to wheel right through that stuff and win a feature against that field right there. That's a tough field of modifieds.
Do we name anyone that's not capable of winning a race?
No, not in that field.
I mean, Willamette Speedway modifieds, it's always a good class. It's always, you've got a lot of talent built up in those cars.
Competitive. Well, Dom knows he's working on 2 of them.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, it's a tough field of cars. If you can win one, let alone get multiple feature wins in that modified class, your program is ahead of the game. There's guys that are, I mean, top 4, top 5 cars that haven't got a win yet, and they're good every week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would put McCombs in that.
And Potter
group.
too.
And Potter.
Yeah.
Both those guys they're on the verge of getting that win, but there's so many good cars. I mean, where you start affects that. I mean, there's so many variables, especially with that division.
Well, and I thought Sam was going to get it this weekend. He early on in that modified race.
Man.
Oh my word! He was battling with Drager up front for the second position. And just watching those two go back and forth, I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, that was good racing.
This is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
they figured some things out. Both of them.
And then along came the 13.
And along came the Uke tire.
Well, yeah, that thing bit more than one driver this weekend.
Yep. Let's finish out the late models because
let's do it.
I'm getting.
Don't get tired of me yet. There's a coffee machine right here.
I know. Thank God it's in reaching distance.
You want some almonds?
No, I don't want any dang almonds.
What's wrong with almonds?
Haven't you heard what Bo's dad says about almonds?
Who's Bo?
Have you not watched The Ranch?
I don't watch The Ranch.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. What's he going to say about almonds? Yeah, we can't say it on the air. There's a reason it's a Netflix-only show. But 7-car being made for the late models on Saturday night at Willamette Speedway. The 04 of Charles Newquist did not start that race.
Made their way up from Chico.
25 of Trent Custer was 6th. The 70 of Mark Thompson.
Mark Thompson, 70X.
87 of Jeremy Short. 61 of Jerry Casey. Randy Boyd in the 94 machine. And the 19 machine of Brian Smith.
61 was Jeff Rash.
It was Jeff that night?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going off what my notes say, dude.
I'm pretty sure Jeff drove both nights.
But the feature for the late models.
Hang on.
What?
Go. Saying. This is the late models.
20th position was did not start. Rob Campos in the 9 machine had a little bit of some rear suspension issues that night. Weird to see the 30 machine down in the 19th position. Jeremy Shank finished 19th that night. Randy Boyd, Trent Elliott in the 4E machine, Brian Smith 19th. Jeremy Short 15th. 14th position went to the 61 of Jerry Casey, who was piloted by Jeff Rash that night, according to Corey.
Go ahead, yeah.
The one-man gang, Todd Sieg, in 13th. Brenton Donahue, who's been on fire at Cottage Grove, finished at 12th. Mike George made it up from Coos Bay and finished 11th. Steve Moore cracked the top 10. The 111 of Joey Tanner finished 9th. Now there's a driver we don't see much. Sitting in the 8th position, good old Pappenhausen.
Richard Pappenhausen from Chico, California. The last time he was here, I talked with him. He said the last time he was here was 08.
Oh, that's right. We went and talked to him on Sunday.
Yeah.
Good.
Says he likes the track. Says it's big and fast. And he when I asked him what he thought about the competition here, it didn't raise one eyebrow. It raised two. It was the competition at Willamette Speedway, and he's thinking to himself, "You guys do this every week, because those guys in California do that at one track every week. They move around a lot. The late models, for some reason is a
traveling class.
kind of sort of the way those tracks work together to schedule races. I mean, you won't see just one field of late models at Bakersfield every week. They don't do that. They travel around quite a bit. But the thing about it is, there's not a lot of late models there.
No.
You'll go to a late model show in California and see 12 late models. But the thing about it is, they're 12 badass late models.
Well, when
I mean, it's
you start talking Toast, Poppenhausen, Hogue,
Drake, Sanders, Childress. I mean, you've got so many of these guys from California, but they all travel. You know, one week it's Antioch, Paul Guglielmani. I mean, you'll see these guys that will go from track to track to track because of the way they have to spread the late models around because there's not enough of them. They all kind of just work with together. It's something. But now Bud Nationals rolls around. You'll get down there and you'll see 35 to 40 of them. You know, it's like they come out of the woodwork for that one race, but you'll see them coming from New Mexico, Arizona, Oregon, California, Nevada. I mean, they come from all over. We've had them from Missouri. Jesse Stovall showed up a couple years ago from Missouri. I mean, we had a guy pull in a couple years ago with a modified from Florida.
Wow.
Iowa, Texas. I mean, they come from all over for that show.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was. You know where I was going with that. The 7th position, the 541 RC machine, Casey Vitale.
The kid is good every time he gets in a race car.
Yes, he is. 6th, 29 of Brian Kronk. I'm glad to see that machine back out of the track after what it's been through this year. And, of course, Brian is a wheelman. He can prove anything's fast.
He is fast in every car he gets into. I don't care what class it's in. He's one of those guys that has that ability that Jeremy Shank has. You can put him in any type of race car, whether it's his own or somebody else's, and it's going to be fast, period. Now, that 29 car, he put that car up for sale a couple of months ago. I cannot believe that race car hasn't sold.
I can't.
It's a race ready package. That car is just wicked fast, and what I think is at a price tag of $14,000 on it, something like that. I mean, it's cheap. How that car hasn't sold yet, it blows my mind. Given the performance we've seen with that car and what we know it's capable of doing, if you're looking for a late model, that's the car to go race right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're going to go buy a race ready package, you're not dollar for dollar. You're not going to beat that.
Oh no.
5th position, 38th Hot Sauce Tomas Hunziker.
Good run.
Good run for him. 13 and Bryson James held down 4th. Darren Koffel in the 46 was 3rd. The career best finish for the 74 of Dan Dybel. Finished 2nd that night.
Nice.
And taking home the big win that night was Colin Weinbarger.
Colin has had a pretty decent season with the late model.
But
8 wins.
Look at this gap here. Weinbarger, 9/10 back, was Dybel. Then you had to go a whole 3.2 seconds before you hit Koffel. I mean, those two guys.
They were fast, man.
Dybel was wicked fast. And he checked out for a long time, got bit by a late race caution. But at the same time, racing.
I think it was, I want to go back to talking about something. I wanted to hit on something while you were going through the field. There was, I don't know, we were standing out in front of the concession stand during, I think it was a heat race, and we were kind of talking on the mics a little bit. And I cannot tell you, there must have been half a dozen people within our area that said, hey, something's wrong with the 67 car. Something's broke on the 67 car. And we're looking at it like, what are you talking about? That car is fast, Mike George. What are you talking about? Something's broke. Look at the front. Something's broke in the front. It looks like he runs so much camber in the right front. I mean, it's a black diamond, set up a lot like Rob Maya, but the camber in that particular race car is so much more than anybody else. And Dom and I are kind of laughing like, no, that's the way that car's supposed to be. That's how it's set up. But it does. I mean, when it's going down the straightaway, it truly looks like something's broke. The way that car, I mean, he's riding on 3 inches of the inside, but, it's crazy to watch. But, I mean, I just wanted to throw that out there because it was one of the observations of the night. We just kind of laughed like, no, there's nothing wrong with that car.
It is the setup of those cars that makes them fast, and the drivers.
Well, those guys, that's a good field of late models. We're over an hour in already, hour and 10 minutes, and I want to get over to our first commercial break for the night. We're going to take a quick break, grab some water, grab some coffee, and Joel's probably going to stuff some almonds in his mouth. We'll be right back after this short break.
Archer Floor Coverings has been a family-owned and operated business since 2000. Archer Floor Coverings provides free estimates and specializes in multiple types of floors, such as carpet, vinyl, laminate, and hardwood. They have the entire Willamette Valley covered from Albany to Eugene and over to the Oregon coast. Archer Floor Coverings is serious about their work. They do all installations themselves. No subcontractors are ever used. Come see the beautiful showroom at Archer Floor Covering, 3775 Olympic Street, Springfield. From sales to installs, we can do it all. Archer Floor Covering, where your floor becomes our business. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 541-747-2608. Again, that's 541-747-2608. Whether it's new construction or a remodel project, we floor it.
Hey, Corey, you want to tell me what we're doing around all these cows?
We're at Stumbling J Livestock, Joel. Did you know that Stumbling J Livestock has been a family-owned business since 2005 and supplies all cattle needs from 300-pound feeders to 1,300-pound animals ready for butcher?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know Stumbling J Livestock buys any type of livestock year-round and pays competitive prices?
No, I didn't know that either, Corey.
And I bet you didn't know Stumbling J Livestock buys and sells sheep and goats for pasture and meat.
No, I had no idea.
Joel, you don't know a whole bunch about cattle and livestock, do you?
Well, honestly, Corey, not really.
Well, Stumbling J Livestock provides all types of meat from silage-fed, grain-fed, even grass-fed.
Yeah, really?
Stumbling J sells butcher-ready hogs when available, too, Joel.
I sure love me some bacon. My local butcher, they've got the best bacon.
Those local butchers work directly with Stumbling J Livestock, and Stumbling J can butcher at a USDA plant to sell fresh meat straight off the farm.
Hey, Corey, how do you know so much about Stumbling J and their livestock?
Well, Joel, I read the script.
Man, let's eat. I'm hungry. Oh, man. I just found a cow pie with my new boots.
Yeah, I thought I smelled something. Don't worry, it'll wash off. Stumbling J Livestock Incorporated is located in Shedd, Oregon. You can contact them at 541-409-5650. 541-409-5650. Does your job, the weather, or your health have you feeling down? Jetstream Aqua Massage is your answer to feeling better. Our hands-free massage will leave you feeling rejuvenated, relaxed, and restored. Our machines will relieve muscle tension and soreness, reduce pain, improve sleep and circulation, decrease muscle spasms, and increase your range of motion. If you suffer from diabetes, you'll be amazed at what our machines will do for your circulation and how it treats neuropathy. Stress, anxiety, depression, and everyday aches and pains are no match for Jetstream Aqua Massage. Our beds will do more for you in 20 minutes than a traditional 1-hour massage. And at only $1 per minute, we'll save you time and money. Find us on Facebook, Jetstream Aqua Massage. It's not just a massage, it's an experience.
Now, back to Northwest Dirt News from the Jetstream Aqua Massage Studio, live on Spreaker Radio.
We've got the first hour covered. We're going to move into hour number 2.
Well, hour and a half covered.
Well, something like that.
Can you not count?
I told you. It's been a long week. I'm burned. I'm burned out.
Oh, come on.
We did cover quite a bit in the first segment, though. A lot to talk about. Let's get through segment number 2 real quick. And because I do believe the third segment is going to be
We got to bang this one out quick.
heavy discussion.
Man, oh, man. Oh, look at the Swears Trucking chat line. It's just blowing up
It
tonight.
is lit up. I mean, it is nonstop.
I mean,
California, Oregon, Washington. I mean, everybody just kind of chipping in on here. And
Frisbee Motorsports, Team Amco, Moxie
Crazy.
Mike. I mean, it's just going crazy over here.
it is. So,
But, man, we were just out in the shop here at Amco. Did you see how busy they are?
you know, I did see these guys are working overtime at 7:30. They still got people out there working on a transmission. I didn't really get that far because there is a 69 Firebird out there that is absolutely
Well, and that's right past the 2 Duramaxes that are right there. I mean, you guys do everything here at AMCO.
There's a
Yeah, we do
Duramax.
everything. It's complete car care. Typically, you can't even get in a parking lot.